Thank you. Senator Hoeven.
I'd like to thank both of you for being here. Appreciate it very much. Starting with you, Mr. Hoskins, if confirmed, will you fully enforce the Packers and Stockyards Act?
Thank you, Senator, and for the time you and your staff afforded me in your office before today's hearing. Yes, if confirmed, I would work with the AMS Fair Trade Practices Program and the career officials implementing the Packers and Stockyards Act to ensure it was implemented consistent with the law.
The industry is always wanting more price discovery, more transparency, and more competition. What are your thoughts on accomplishing that?
So I would note a couple of different things. One, your leadership and other members on this committee in facilitating the cattle contract library and other resources that AMS has adopted over the recent years to bring more transparency into some of the back operation side of that work stream, from producers to feeders and packers. I would also just note Congress in the 1921 Packers and Stockyards Act stated very clearly the agency shall ensure fair competition and prevent anti-competitive practices in livestock, beef, and poultry. Since that time, there's been a lot of different rulemakings in different administrations, a lot of litigation across different circuit courts. So what my personal interpretation of some of those terms of art, I think, is largely immaterial. If confirmed, it would be my role to implement the program consistent with the congressional intent and the way courts have informed and decided what those terms of art mean. Yeah. I would also just note a close family friend and mentor who passed away about a year ago, cattleman in South Texas, who's a devout Catholic. He said God may have created the earth in less than a week, but he still hadn't figured out cattle markets. So.
Well, your background in and expertise in this area shows, and you're right. What do you see in terms of expanding our ability overseas in terms of marketing our livestock?
Thank you for that question, Senator. I think APHIS on the veterinary side, when you're talking about sanitary non-tariff trade irritants, plays an absolutely essential role in prosecuting market access at a technical level. And regardless of me or whoever else would be in that role, I think as long as the subject matter experts are the one driving those technical conversations and effectively being umpires calling balls and strikes, and their political leadership stands behind the science, then I think we're all set up for success. If we step back from that mandate, I think we're all facing a lot of challenges.
Right on, and we have to be firm and aggressive there. We can't allow fake phytosanitary barriers to prevent us from accessing markets. And by the same token, we need to protect our market. Everybody wants to be in our market, and if there are various issues with some of those phytosanitary issues where from South America or anywhere else where they're trying to put livestock in our market, we need to stand firm on both ways, right? You'd agree with that?
Yes, Senator, I would.
Yeah. Okay, Mr. Hutchins, I would like to get you to North Dakota to see Grand Farm and also our policy center at North Dakota State University. Are you willing to come do that?
Yes, Senator, very much so. I know the Secretary's already been there, and the comments I read that she wrote she was very impressed.
Well, it sounds like you're going to be an excellent Undersecretary for Research, Education, and Economics based on that answer. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Senator.
At this point, we'll turn to Senator Fetterman.